guys! We're going to start cooking very soon. While I'm just waiting for some people to hop on, I'm gonna quickly share this video also in the Lila-licious Facebook group. Just hang on a second. So if you're not part of the Lila-licious Facebook group yet, go find it. It's called Clean Eating Community, Lila-licious. Alright, done. So today we're going to make a peanut butter mug cake. And I love this recipe. It's perfect for when you have a quick craving at night, could be the middle of the day, when you don't really have anything like sweet in the house, but you want something like right now. You can make this in like less than 5 minutes, all from like stirring it up to actually like cooking it in the microwave, and then you're ready to enjoy it. And there's also options for the oven. So if you don't use a microwave, if you don't have one, there's still options. So yeah, let's just jump right in here. The main ingredient is coconut flour. This is the coconut flour mug cake, and this peanut version or peanut butter version is actually the most popular one that I have on the blog. I have quite a few, I would say at least 3, 4, 5, but peanut butter is definitely the one you all like the most. So here we have 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, and to that I add just a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And if you want to make this recipe paleo and you don't use baking powder, you can also make your own with cream of tartar and baking soda. Yeah, I think it's a 2-to-1 ratio. You can make your own paleo-friendly baking soda. Hi Crystal, thanks for joining. Thanks so much. I love that you love my recipes and make them. If you make this one, take a picture and share it. Okay, so these are the dry ingredients. I'm just quickly giving that a whisk. And next up we have 1 egg. Just add that right in there. And while I personally haven't tried it, I have had readers and friends tell me that are vegan that they used flax egg substitute in my coconut flour mug cakes, and it also worked out just fine. And probably there's like other egg replacers you could use. Again, I haven't tried that, but that might be an option as well. Next up we use coconut oil, and I've shared this trick before because I'm also making an oven version of this mug cake. I had the oven preheated, so I added my glass jar of coconut oil right in there, so I have melted coconut oil that way, because in the winter my coconut oil definitely is always in the solid state. And well, if you're making it a pure mug cake, you could start with the coconut oil, measure out the solid coconut oil, and just place the mug in the microwave for a second, for say 10 seconds or so, just to melt the coconut oil, and then start adding the other ingredients on top. Hey Katerina, thanks for joining, thanks for watching. And there was the reason why I used the coconut oil before the peanut butter, because now my measuring spoon is kind of nicely greased, so the peanut butter, I'm adding more or less just slides right out from the measuring spoon. You could also use like a cooking spray. That's like another easy way to get ingredients to quickly come out from your measuring spoons or cups. Alright, so that was 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, peanut butter. And if you don't eat peanut butter, if you are paleo, then you can use any other nut butter, like almond butter would be delicious, hazelnut butter, I'm not sure which other, cashew nut butter. And if nut allergies are an issue, you can also use a seed butter, like tahini would be like a nice sesame seed butter. I think sun butter would work in this recipe because I'm making it in an eating right away. There's a problem if you use sun butter in combination with baking soda in, say, cookies or in cakes. For some reason, as the baked good that you made cools down, the sunflower seeds and baking soda react and create like a greenish tint, which is kind of, could be a little bit weird in a baked good, but if you're eating it right away, I think that won't happen. If you're eating the mug cake still warm, then it's totally fine. Yes, I actually, Katrina is saying that cashew nut butter is delicious, and it really is. I actually just posted a cashew butter based chocolate cookie recipe on my blog yesterday. Late last night I hit publish. Hi Stacy, thanks for joining. Next up, we'll do the sweetener. I love using maple syrup. I love the flavor of maple syrup. I love that it's less refined natural sweetener. And I think almost anyone can have it. Vegans, paleo, you can eat it. The only reason you might not be able to have maple syrup is if you are on a low-carb or keto diet. And there's also an option. There's this monk fruit syrup from Lakanto, and this one actually is maple flavored as well. So it really is like a very similar consistency, similar flavor. It works as a great substitute. And if you have not tried Lakanto, any of their sweeteners yet, go to their website, and if you use my code LEELA, it's L-E-E-L-A, you actually get 20% off your order. And I will put that in the comments below as well, if you want to go back to that later on. So yeah, it's usually it's like a sugar alcohol, like erythritol, and monk fruit syrup or monk fruit extract that they use in their sweeteners. They have granulated versions, and I think there's a powdered sugar version, and of course the syrup as well. So what did I add? Wait, I need 1.5 of maple syrup. Okay, I'm talking so much, my coconut oil is starting to solidify again. Okay, let's get going. Let's get through this. It's very quick. It's a very quick recipe. Like I said, if you're not talking like me, you can get through this in like 5 minutes, start to finish. Now I just added coconut milk, just a little bit to moisten the batter. If you could use almond milk as well. If you're on the keto diet and want more fat, even you could use whipping cream, yeah, or dairy milk, whatever milk you have at home. It's just to moisten the batter a bit more. And finally, just a touch, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So there we go. I hope you can see this. And then just start stirring it all up. I'm using a glass mug. Usually I would just use a regular ceramic coffee mug, just so you can see a little bit better what's going on in here. So just keep whisking until everything is combined, especially the coconut flour, that there's no dry pockets of flour left. And now I can actually see what I'm doing because I'm using a glass mug. Okay. There we go. I'm going to try to show it a little bit closer. That's it. And of course you can use add-ins, anything you like. I like using chocolate chips. Yeah, I think I will use a few in the batter. And then of course I will add more on top when it's done. Stir them in. And I like using Enjoy Life chocolate chips because they are dairy-free. They use brown sugar instead of a refined sugar. They're soy and nut-free. I think they're like a top 10 allergy-free. And if you want to make the mug cake keto low-carb and also use chocolate, there's Lily's brand of chocolate chips that use stevia, I think, mainly to sweeten the chocolate chips, so you wouldn't get raised blood sugar from that one. Alright, so this one is ready to go in the microwave. While I'm putting this one on, I will tell you how you could also make it as an oven version if you don't have or don't use a microwave. So this is, it really depends, like microwave can be so different. I haven't actually tried this one with this recipe yet. So I will start with 1.5 minutes, and then I will check on it and see if I'll add a little bit more time or not. Alright, so now let me tell you how you could also make this recipe in the oven. So just like that, you could add your mug to a preheated oven, say at 350. I would make it at 350, but it really depends on the thickness of the mug, kind of how deep, how wide, how narrow it is. So you really have to just check. I can't tell you for sure the cooking time. I want to say at least 20 minutes, could be closer to 30. You just have to keep checking until it's done. And you really don't want to overbake this mug cake, because then it will start drying out. So you want it still nice and moist in the center. So my other recommendation, if you want to make it actually in the oven, is to use a muffin pan. Just make, actually 3, I think it's 3, but I ate one already. So after stirring up the batter, I divided it into 3 muffin cavities, and then it only took 12 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes, I think, for baking them at 350. And you have these gorgeous little peanut butter muffins that you whipped up in like what, 2-3 minutes, and they bake in 12 to 15. Not as quick as like 1.5 minutes or 2 in the microwave, but still fairly quick. Okay, let's check on this one. As you see, it rose quite a bit, almost to the top. Ooh, it's hot. I'm gonna check the top. And I think I'm gonna leave it at that. It's still a little bit moist on top, but I think if I add any more, then it will start drying out in the center. So I think this is where I'm going to leave it at. Now it's almost ready to enjoy. It's yeah, I'm going to usually let it sit for like a couple minutes to cool down, because I don't want to burn my tongue on the roof of my mouth. And this portion, as you can see, that's a fairly big cake portion. You can definitely share this. I recommend actually sharing it. If you're really hungry, you can probably finish it, but actually most of the time I have found I get full after half a mug cake, so I share with my daughter, with my husband, or you could leave it for a later time, because I think it's best enjoyed still warm, but it's also great after it cools down. And you can top this with whatever you want. I'm gonna add a couple more chocolate chips. You can use some whipped coconut cream, whipping cream. That's all I can think of right now. Like a chocolate drizzle, a little bit more peanut butter drizzle on top. All of that would be fantastic. And because I like this to be a quick and easy treat, I usually eat it right out of the mug. I'm gonna do this right now, just so you can see. Ooh, I hope you can see this. It's just a very nice mug cake. So good. It's nice and moist, peanut buttery. Of course, you taste some coconut from the coconut oil and coconut flour. It's so good. And if you don't want to eat right from the mug, like I do, you could also just like go around the edges with a knife or something and invert it on a plate, or you can also cut it in half like that, and you have 2 servings like that. I'm gonna have a quick look if there were any questions. All right, so I have the link to the recipe in the description. I will also quickly put the Canto website and my code for 20% off in the comments. And I hope you make this mug cake. Just a quick reminder that my live videos are part of the Lila-licious Let's Cook Together challenge. So if you make one of the challenge recipes in a month, and please take a picture, share it on your Instagram, in your stories is totally fine, as long as if you have a public profile, I can see it. And you can also submit it to my email or go to the Facebook page or Facebook group. If you share there, I will see it as well. And all these entries will get submitted to the giveaway. So this month I'm giving away a $50 Amazon gift card. If you make one of the recipes, you will get entered for it. And also once a week I am featuring one of the recipes in my newsletter. Alright, that's it. Go check out the recipe if you want to enter the giveaway. This is really one of the easiest this month. And I know the month is ending like tomorrow, but you still have like until Sunday to enter the January giveaway. And that's it. Go make a mug cake. If you don't want to make peanut butter, you can also go to my blog. I have a chocolate version, I have a pumpkin version, I have a vanilla version. Those are the ones I can think of right now. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!